Afternoon children, and welcome back. Today we'll be doing the remaining part of the structural organization of the in animals, and which is muscular tissue and neural tissue or nervous tissue. Okay. Now this muscle tissue or muscular tissue is made up of muscle cells, of course, muscle cells. Okay. The muscle cells are very long and thin and fiber-like, and so we call them as muscle fibers. Okay, and this one is a single muscle fiber, and you can see this single muscle fiber contains many number of still thinner fibrils called as myofibrils. These are the myofibrils. Okay, and all these fibers are bundled together. Many such fibers are bundled together in a connective sheath together. Clear? And each of these myofibrils is the one which will contract and relax. What is the property of muscle, children? It helps to contract and relax, and thus help us in movement. Okay, so how are they helping us in movement? How do they contract and relax now? Because they are made up of, these myofibrils are made up of two kinds of contractile proteins. Mainly two kinds of contractile proteins, which are actin and myosin, which we'll be doing in another lesson. Complete lesson is there, we'll be doing that. Okay, so each muscle cell or muscle fiber is made up of many myofibrils. Okay, like this, so many muscle fiber is bundled together in a connective sheath together. Clear? Okay, now what are the three types of muscles in our body? As you have already studied in 9th standard, I'm not going to do in detail. Okay, so they are, the skeletal muscle, or they are also called as, why they are called as skeletal muscle, children? Yeah, they are attached to the skeletal part, skeleton of hands and legs, and help in movement. So they are called as skeletal muscles. Okay, and they are also called, so you can move your hands and legs according to your wish and will, right? So they are also called as voluntary muscles, right? And what is the second type? All the internal organs are made up of muscles, of course. The lungs has to pump the oxygen into the blood, or it has to pump out the CO2. And the stomach is highly muscular. Also, it has to grind the food. Every organ is supported by muscles, right? Muscular system otherwise. And what is the type of muscle present in these visceral organs? These are the organs are called as visceral organs. Okay, now they are also called as visceral muscles, and there one more name is there, smooth muscles, or they are called as non-striated. We'll be discussing now why it is non-striated and things like that. Okay, and the third type is the cardiac muscle, which is the heart, which is present in heart, specially designed for heart. And you know why? Because the heart is a highly muscular organ, and it has to pump the blood throughout its life, even before you're born till the time of your death. It has to continuously beat in a rhythmic fashion. Okay, so they are provided with cardiac muscles. Okay, they are voluntary or involuntary, children? Of course, they are involuntary, because you cannot control the beating of the heart, of course, right? Okay, we'll see the first of the type of muscle, which is the striated muscle, right? And what is the shape and size and all those of these striated muscles? It is long and cylindrical. It is long and cylindrical. And one special thing about this is, when you're under the microscope, when you see under the microscope, you can find they are made up of striations, alternate striations, dark striations, lighter area, darker area, lighter area, darker area, lighter area, like that. These are called as striations or band, B-A-N-D-S. Dark and light bands we can call, or striations. And because of the presence of striations, these are also called as striated muscles, and they are present attached to the muscle. Muscles are attached to the skeletal part. So they are called as striated muscles, and they are also called as skeletal muscles, and also voluntary, because it can be moved according to our will and wish. Okay, right. And then the second type of muscle is the smooth muscles. Now, why it is called smooth? The first one was having striations, right? So this one doesn't have any striations on its surface. Okay, and what is the shape now? It is spindle shape. Spindle. This is the spindle shape. Okay, I'll draw a better diagram here. Like this. Okay, and having only one nucleus in the center. One nucleus, right? And there is no striations on its surface, and that is why it is called as smooth. Or it is also, because of the shape, it is also called as fusiform. Okay, right. And you can see this type of muscles in the internal organs. Okay, right. And when I said about this striated muscles, they are multinucleated. They will ask you the difference between smooth and striated, children. So you should be knowing. You should give the difference in shape, difference in function, and all those things. Okay. So here it is uninucleated. This one is striated muscles are multinucleated. Okay. And the third type is the cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle. And cardiac, as we already told, it is seen in the walls of the heart. Okay, and here this also is elongated, cylindrical in shape, multinucleated, but it is branched, and it is held together. These branches are held together with the help of intercalated disc. Intercalated disc. What are these intercalated disc for? You know, these muscles are highly, I said they are rhythmic, highly rhythmic, right? So when this first muscle starts its contraction, this contraction should be sent at a very fast rate to the other muscle fibers. That is why it is joined together as branches by intercalated disc. Okay, so that is with the cardiac muscle. Okay, last is the nervous system. And what is this nervous system made up of? Nerves, right? And nerves, like muscle fibers, these are also look like very thin hair-like structures, which are called as nerve fibers. Okay, or nerve fibers, or what is it otherwise called? Neurons. These are neurons. Okay, now what is the function of this nervous system in our body, children? They help to transmit impulses. What is this impulses? Yeah, it helps us to respond to the external stimuli, external environment, isn't it? And it will send all these responses to the brain, and from the brain to all the other parts of the body, to and fro from the brain and other parts of the body. So we can say it helps us to carry impulses. Okay, so it responds to stimulus and helps to carry impulses and also responsible for the control and coordination of the body. Now, which are the two systems which help in the control and coordination of the body, children? Yeah, it is the nervous system plus the chemical system. Which is the chemical system? The hormonal system. Okay, children? Yeah, that is with this chapter. This chapter is over, the structural organization. Okay, thank you all of you.